It's on. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Ms.VahVah. I have decided to get online tonight and give you guys a little information for clients and stylists and all of everyone that does their hair at home. The issue is hair thinning when it comes to natural hair. Just um, just a little information. I did a few consultations and got a lot of phone calls about the same topic, so I decided, I'm going to make a video on it. There's number one, which most of my subscribers have locks. So I wanted to point out that, let me say, I had a couple of consultations today, and I can see the bulb of the hair being pulled out of the hair follicle. And I'm sure you guys have seen it before. It looks like little bugs. It looks like this white, small little, it can look waxy, or this white little dot at the end of your hair. And you see it along your hairline. You'll see it all along the shaft of your lock. And that comes from a repetitive over twisting. And that's the topic today. Over twisting. Okay, so there's a couple of different pointers I want to give. When you have locks in your hair, over twisting does not mean you get your hair twisted too often. Over twisting means that it's being twisted too tightly. I don't use the palm rolling method. I use a comb drag technique when I twist my locks, and that allows me to be able to gauge how much tension is put on the client's scalp, and allows me to release when necessary. If you are twisting your hair until I should have been prepared for this, but I didn't plan on saying this much. If you are twisting your hair, if your hair is being twisted until it starts to coil, it gets twisted and it starts to bend within itself, it's being over twisted, okay? I have an Instagram and I watch YouTube, and I see these people have their so-called technique of twisting your hair so tightly to where it has like a cute little circle right there, and they leave it there and they put you under the dryer like that, and they think it's cute. It's wrong. And the reason why it's wrong is because most of the time, I would say every time you get your hair retwisted, your hair is probably wet. And when it's wet, it's at its highest level of porosity, meaning its highest level of elasticity in your hair. When your hair is wet, you can pull it a little bit more, you know? The thing is that when it's drying, it shrinks back, okay? I'm not talking about shrinkage like, hey, well, that's an example too. Your hair is, this long, and then you got a fro, and then it dries, and it's poof, it's up here. But even when the hair is straight, you can't really see it, but it dries and it shrinks, okay? Now, here's the thing. If your hair is being over twisted and also styled before you go under the dryer, your hair is already put in a position to where it can't move. So the only choice that it has is to get pulled out of your scalp, actually. If you are over twisting your hair, and then some people will pull your hair so tight to try to make your scalp look shiny and look like they really did something, when really they need to actually take the time and clean up your scalp. They'll retwist your hair, put it in a style, and then put you under the dryer. Most of the time, your hair will not get completely dry on the inside, and it'll cause mildew. So what you want to do is when you get your retwist and you clamp it down, you want to make sure that it's not too tight to where when you go under the dryer that it's going to be even tighter. And if it does, if you twist it the right way, or your stylist twists it the right way, when you go under the dryer, you won't feel like it's tighter than usual. Now, we know the heat is there, but the tightness should not be there when you're done. That's another reason why I dry and then style. That's because when I do style your hair, I want to make sure that it's not it's not stretching, it's just moving. You know what I mean? Okay, now with people that have braids in their hair, a lot of girls that have open hair like mine, that get little braid designs and different things like that on their hair, and a lot of times the person that's braiding their hair does not know how to braid in the painless sort of way, like myself. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure that your braid is not too tight, because you're eventually going to chew some gum, you're eventually going to smile, you're eventually going to have to lean your head to the side, and all that, your fat head, all that meat is going to lean to the side, and you're going to be like swollen and red, and you know, things are going to be coming out. Now, we all African, right? But these African braid shops are murdering your hairlines. You can't go get your hair braided by 5 different people at the same time and expect for the technique and the tension to be even across your whole head. Okay? That is going to pull your hair out of your scalp. Okay? Back to the retwisting. You just want to make sure that it's not too tight. And if it is too tight, you have to loosen it. Like those little weird coils people are putting in your hair and they think it's cute. No, that's madness. And the way you can prove that this is wrong, you see in between your locks little pieces of hair, short pieces of hair, all about the same length, like little pieces of afro in between your locks, because it's hair that's been pulled out and growing back again. Because if your hair is healthy and it's being taken care of and it's being twisted, all your hair should be going into your lock. Yeah, there's some little differences here and there, but if you see that your hair is thinning out all over, but you see little patches of hair all around it, that's because your hair is being over twisted. And the shape of your lock, the base of your lock, I love squares, okay? Any shape that's even and clean all around, I can go for. That's what reconstruction is all about. But you want to make sure that it's not triangles and all these other starbursts, sort of just squiggly little. I'm just going to take this comb and just grab hair and coil it out. That's madness. What you want to do is make sure. What was that? Okay. What you want to do is make sure that your base is even and solid all the way around, because once you twist your hair, all of these little pointy areas in the base shape of your lock is going to have more tension than on the rest of the areas in your hair. And then you take this lock that has product on it and it's probably a bit firm, should be firm but flexible. You start styling your hair in all these different directions, and it's just pulling your hair out of your head. Guys, you have to be careful. Go to a stylist that understands what over twisting is, or understands that you're not supposed to get your hair braided too tight to where it's red and you can see your hair being pulled out of your scalp. I've even seen scalp folded over, like folded, because the hair from here and here is being pulled too tightly and there's like a dent inside there. You have to make sure that the person is doing your hair correctly. Don't let them tell you, oh, it's okay if it's pulling a little bit. When it loosens up, that's how you know your hair is growing. It'll make your hair grow faster. It'll pull your hair out the scalp faster and make your hair grow. That is a bunch of crazy nonsense. Don't fall for it. If you're in pain while they're doing your hair, you're probably going to be in pain under the dryer, and you're probably going to be in pain when you get home. I have had people call me and tell me, I have my daughter soaking her head in ice water because she went to a braid shop and got her hair braided, and she doesn't know what to do. But she can't afford to take the braids out, so she's going to soak her daughter's head in ice water instead of take the braids out. Guys, be careful. Make sure that your stylist is giving you painless braiding and they're not over twisting your locks. Another thing with these partings for these braids, don't let nobody part your hair with their pinky fingernail. That's unsanitary, and you can't get a definite line like that. I don't care how pointy your nail is. Ugh. Woo! Sorry. My little rant. Anyway, you guys have any more questions, put them in the comment area. Subscribe to see my next video. They'll send you an email whenever it is that I upload something new. And you can rate this. Tell me if you like it, if you don't. Now, the people that's doing all of this ridiculous stuff, y'all can click dislike all you want. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is the truth. And if people pay attention to what's going on the next time they go to their stylist or the next time they do their own hair, they'll realize it's the truth as well. Rant done. Ms.VahVah, peace and out. Love ya.